I am Hermes, messenger of the gods. Dualism is the division of something conceptually into two opposed or contrasted aspects. It is the state of being divided. This is the state of being that we are leaving in this current ascension. We've been in Shadowland, in Hades, all because we decided to split ourselves in two. We decided to divide ourselves from our eternal Hyperborean bodies and descend into physical bodies encased in dense matter. The biggest lesson the Great Mother Sophia is asking us to learn is that of resolving dualism. When we operate from the position of the ego self, the self which only identifies with this dense body and the personality it's cultivated, reality appears to manifest according to cause and effect in a linear fashion. And this linear perception strengthens the belief of dualism. This has led to pain and suffering as we remain in this position through endless cycles. However, becoming centered and seeing things as whole and complete without restraint short-circuits this cycle. Non-duality is formless. It is the limitless potential expressed as consciousness or awareness. Non-duality is getting out of judgment, out of the imprisoning cycle of labeling ourselves and the world around us as good and bad, righteous and evil. Because these shadow bodies are here, because of dualism, everything in our lives and our environment has reflected this: night and day, hot and cold, dark and light, intuition and logic, internal and external. There truly is no separation amongst these things, but we have created the split within our mind, and thus the realm we're in. Everything comes from the same source. Again, nothing is separate. But in our separated state, we had no choice but to experience the very illusion of dualism, which our collective consciousness created. The higher self is not some force outside of you. The higher self is the eternal being of wisdom. It is essentially your future self who is able to funnel divine information, divine downloads into your current self. The higher self in the context of the ascension I describe is our fifth dimensional essence, which is free of the confines of time. When we rid ourselves of dualism, even for a moment, we're able to connect with our Hyperborean higher selves. As we practice unification, as we center ourselves in harmonious intentions, we become more and more connected and receptive to the wisdom from our higher selves. And this is what this ascensional process is. It's the incremental tuning of our current selves to resonate with our Hyperborean selves, merging our shadows with our true selves who have been sleeping. We are waking up from the halls of Amenti, and once all children of the Black Sun collectively do this, we shall all wake up in the fifth dimension. If you're interested in learning more about the halls of Amenti, please check out my video on the topic. We shall finally be rid of dualism, and therefore will exit Shadowland and be in the limitless etheric space of our hearts. This is the heart space, the 0 point, the point of neutrality, where we can choose to rise up and up, ascend high into the realms of bliss. This ascension is fun, and once we perform blood over intent, our higher selves lock down this timeline. Blood over intent connects our microcosmic 0 point to the macrocosmic 0 point. As all of our timelines meet together, converging into unification, the Aurora Borealis and our hearts shall fuse together more and more. And then, right before the year 2020, we shall all activate our Merkabahs and fly out of this dimension. We are the children of the eternal return. We are dissolving this three-dimensional plane. We are getting rid of all that does not resonate with the Great Mother. This is akin to a birthing process. The Great Mother is getting ready. The Black Sun is rising, and with it, our subconscious and conscious minds are fusing together. This is indeed reflective of the end of dualism. No more fragmentation. Nothing is being hidden any longer. The so-called evils of the world have been glaring us in the face as a reflection of this state of dualism. These charades have shaken us to the core, made us feel helpless, and the test has been not to be consumed with these illusions, but realize that the power is within. Yes, it's all seemed so real. Tyrannical governments, environmental destruction, social decay. But the Great Mother Sophia ordained all of this so we could learn lessons. We were banished from the Garden of Eden, another name for Hyperborea. This is why it said Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. We split ourselves into dualism, but the recentering, the quickening, is now. So, how can we get out of dualism? We can simply let creation be. Yes, we don't have to fragmentize our minds with judgment, with labels. We can look at the so-called evils of the world and of ourselves and embrace them, thereby transmuting them from the darkness into the light. We can realize that the focus of this process is the self in order to aid the collective. Intention is the true manifester, not action. And because we're getting rid of this realm, literally dissolving it into non-existence, we need not accuse, we need not focus on anything other than what heals the world. We are going to Hyperborea, baby, beyond the Aurora Borealis, up and up the levels of Mount Meru, climbing up the Tree of Life. Keep up the great work. I love each and every one of you. Each day we can choose to align more with harmony. Let us be patient in this process. I am Hermes, messenger of the gods, at your service.
I'm coming in and yeah, I'm burning up. You hear me saying yeah, I'm burning up. I'm coming in hot. I'm simply on fire.